I've decided to make a little alteration, or an addition, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to put a little gusset in there. It sits out off the table a fair way when you're in the back two T-slots. It's just a precaution to make sure there is definitely going to be no deflection out of this plate, which I highly doubt, but you know, might as well do it. So I'm just going to TIG that in, mainly because I want to use a TIG again. Yeah, there you go. There we go. I did put a little gusset in here. I just run one of them little Scotch Brite wheels on the air grinder over the top of this, because I bumped the TIG torch a couple of times on there, just took the mark out of it. So I've got the point on the end of it, and it's lining up as good as spot on, so plenty accurate enough for what I'm going to be doing here. All there is left now to do is machine a flat on the top here, and put a thumb screw in. I've ordered a new vise for the shaper. I'm waiting on that to turn up, and I've ordered some brass rod as well, so I can make a little little doovy to go under the thumb screw, so I don't mar up the surface on the pin. But apart from that, it's 99 or 95% finished. I did clock this in with a dial indicator, so it is running as good as I can get it. So look, it has got a little bit of wriggle up and down, but once the thumb screw goes in, that'll take all that out. I am toying with the idea of putting two thumb screws in it, one at the front, one at the back, to make sure there is no variation in that. Yeah, so it does take out all the wobble in it. Not that there's a lot, but anyway, very successful day. Really happy I got to TIG this up. This has been a bit of a milestone for me, actually. A bit chuffed. I've just done a quick sketch on the thumb screws I have to make for the quill lock on the tailstock. They're going to be made out of bronze, so they don't mar up the top of the... I could make them out of just normal steel and then put a little brass bung in there just to, yeah, so it pushes down on the brass so it doesn't mar the top of the quill up. But I've got some bronze there, so it might look a bit nicer too. Just going to have a 6x1 mil thread on there, knurl on the top. I've got to make two of them, so it'll be just, this is just a guide. You know, if you follow the channel, you probably realise if I draw a picture, it doesn't normally turn out the same. But anyway, it's not going to be a big job to make these. It won't take long at all. So we'll go over to the lathe and start having a go. This bronze, I don't know where it comes from. I bought it from the steel supplies place. I don't know where to go is. It's got a flat spot on it. I don't know whether it was something out of an old bit of machinery they pulled apart one time, or... But it's definitely not a new piece of bronze, that's for sure. So you just got to be careful when you chuck it up. You don't chuck it on that flat. It's a bit of a pain in the bum. Anyway, going to work. Okay. Do some marking out now. Okay, I've just got to lock the carriage now. Double check myself. Spot on, 950 thou. And part her off. Hopefully nothing goes pear-shaped. clean up before I go any further. Clean the end up now, get rid of that little tit off the end. That's one done. Make yourself a top. Who said you can't have fun in the shop? There we go. They're in place. Don't need to lock them down very hard to stop any movement, I can tell you. They actually grip very, very well. So, the only thing remaining to do is to put a flat on top of the quill. So, if you want to call it a quill. Put a flat on the top of that, and once these go down on that flat, and just back them off a touch, the quill won't turn anyway. That'll lock it in place. So I did get a comment to put a dowel in this, put another slot in the side here and put a dowel in there, but I don't think there's any need to at this stage. Just put a flat on the top, and I am sort of half toying with the idea of machining half of the, or just under half of the diameter off, just to give it a bit more clearance on the tool, but I'm not going to worry about that just as yet. I'm just going to see how it all pans out. I'm going to harden this, so I'll heat it up and quench it and harden it, at least harden the tip of it anyway. But I'm really happy the way that's looking now. It's looking pretty good. Didn't quite get the heights exactly spot on, but they're close. We'll set up in the shaper to put a little flat on the top of here. I've set the shaper so the rams or the tool stops at this in this gap here. I've run the indicator. I've trammed the vise in. I've run the indicator up and down the quill. And I've got a little jack, machinist jack under the end here. Just, it had to come up probably, yeah, it was only a whisker, so I just put a little jack under there and just nicked it up that little touch. So it's running true from end to end. So I'm just going to put a little flat on there. It's not going to be a lot, so we'll give it a go. Give her a whirl, shell. Just got to touch off too. The other thing is, on all the tailstocks I look at on the internet, they've all got a relief in the top here. You know, it comes back so far and it's got a relief in it, so you can get a bit more tool clearance. So I think why I've got it set up in here now, obviously this is going to be at the top, which theoretically it should have been on that slope on the body, on the top of the main body. That's where it should have been. These adjusters, the locking thumb screws, but it's too late now. They're in the top. Why, as I was saying, why it's set up here now, I might put a little relief. I'll turn the vise and I'll put a relief in the top. Probably come back, oh gee, I don't know, inch. Yeah, come back an inch and a bit. So I'll get the vise spun around, and then I'll bring this back when I'm about to start cutting again. indicator up as a stop. Beautiful. Very nice. Yep, that's good. So I'm just going to break this edge here. I don't want it, looks a bit terrible. I set it to 20 degrees, just hand feed it down. Those are 20 degrees, that doesn't look too bloody bad. I did go a whisker deep there, probably you can just see where I just nicked into this bottom layer here. Probably nothing to worry about. No, we'll leave it at that. There we have it, the finished product. Really happy, really happy actually. I'm a bit shocked that I don't have to shin this up. I actually got the height spot on, considering it was just welded together. There's no need to use shims. Like I've clocked this centre in, dead true with the chuck. Like you can spin it and there's no variation in it. And yeah, lines up perfect. So you nip these down tight, you know, works very well. It locks solid, so really happy with that. This whole build between this and the indexing fixture, total cost for building it for materials so far, well it's finished now, but yeah, so it was $70, that's all I paid. All I had to do was buy the chuck and the rest of the material I had. So it's been a really cheap build. Like to go and buy something, you're looking at a few $100 just for, you know, Chinese stuff really. If you went and bought some brand name, yeah, a well-known brand name, you're looking a lot more than that. So for what I use it for, it's going to be plenty accurate enough and good enough for what I do. That was the whole idea. I haven't got the money to go and spend fortunes on buying fancy tools, so that's why I make it. But this has been a big learning curve, this build too. I've learned a lot actually. Just different things along the way. So, and best thing of all, I actually got the TIG to work. So I'm a bit upset I never had the TIG, like didn't work out what was wrong before I welded up all the indexing fixture. That would have been nice, all being TIG together, not using a MIG welder on it. But anyway, might have to build another indexing fixture. Worth that one for a rainy day. But overall, really happy. So I'm glad you've come along for the ride. If you've hung it out this far, you've done really well. If you can think of anything I need to change on it, or something I'm not seeing, please leave a comment. And I am going to paint it. I just haven't decided on the colour. Really, it should be the same colour as the shaper. Make it a, you know, all match in. But yeah, let me know what you think of that idea. So anyway, thanks very much for coming along for the journey. Now I've got to go and think of another project to make. So, got any new ideas? Leave them in the comments too. Okay, thanks guys. Hope you've enjoyed. See you later.